Hey, it's your girl Joy Ofodu. I am a digital creator, comedian, voice actor, and creative executive officer of Joy Ofodu LLC. I recently left my job at Instagram. Boo! But through the process of leaving and starting at my own company, yay! I learned so many amazing things and I'm sharing them with you in this video series. So if you are interested in how to balance full-time creative and full-time work, what to put in a resignation letter, how to get promoted in technology, this is the series for that. All things Instagram and all things creative entrepreneurship. You can be sure to like and subscribe. You like what you're listening to, you like what you're seeing, what you're hearing, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe for me, especially on YouTube where I'm trying to grow. Thank you. Okay, today we are talking about what my resignation letter actually said, what I put inside the letter. This might give you some insight on how to write yours if you were considering quitting. And I thought I would just get comfy with you today, you know what I'm saying? Be a little bit more informal because that's how I am. Because I can be really casual and informal with folks, it gave me a sort of challenge. Like, this is probably one of the most important letters I've written in my life and will really influence the trajectory of my career. So I wanted to be careful about how I wrote it. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into what I put into my letter. Now, I wrote 2 letters for leaving the company. The first, which inside Instagram and Meta, we call a badge post. So this is a public resignation letter that you publish to the entire company. It can be as long or short as you like, and there's no incorrect or correct way to do it. But I knew that I wanted to apply the best practices of a letter and make it really full because there were quite literally hundreds of people inside the company when I left who had questions for me. A lot of them answered within this letter. And I also know that Instagram and Meta is a very resource-rich place. So it's well-positioned with many people who could support me long after I've left the company, and having a rich resignation letter published so that anybody who has been inside the company, who is yet to join the company, can research and read it and then get in contact with me. Chef's kiss, that's what I want. So I'm gonna walk through actually what I wrote in this letter. I'm gonna read it out for you as much as I can. There are some parts I have to redact because they're confidential, but I hope that this inspires you if you're writing a letter. The second letter that I had to write, by the way, is one that was privately to my manager. So it contains a lot of this public information, but a little bit more about how I was going to transition projects to other team members and really set my team up for success. And then just a personal, emotional note to my manager. Like, we've been working together for years. I did not want to give him the exact same letter that I gave to the rest of the company. Okay, so without further ado, I'm really just gonna pull it up. And actually, you're gonna see me reading, adjustments. You're gonna see me reading this letter. Here is what my letter said. I titled it Badge Post Joy Ofodu, and I put my handle. So it's on brand for me. I'm a digital creator. I exist online. Okay. I opened it and said, making a joke because I'm leaving to be a comedian. After 4.5 incredible years at Metamorphosis, I will be using the wings you've given me to leave the butterfly garden. My last day at my first job will be October. So I let people know when I was leaving and just started with the announcement. I don't like teasing and leading people into stuff. Just be direct. Hey, I'm leaving. I created a section that says what happened, which is a little bit of our marketing structure. But as a teen community intern in 2017, I entered my dream job, unlocking the potential of inclusion and trend reports for Mike and Kevin's fledgling organization. I got to politely refuse quail eggs at a dinner table with Kevin Whale. I sat front row in Zuck's Q&A wearing a Facebook Dad t-shirt every Friday with a group of fellow non-dad interns who had no real punchline should he eventually notice us, but all the audacity. Cheryl and I went live to inspire young women to intern in technology, and we pretended to drink from well-placed mugs. It was perhaps the most important summer of my life. At 20, I was an influential voice at the largest social media company in the world. So, telling my story. This part of the letter is the context setting, okay? So we want to open people up and let them know, kind of what happened throughout the course of my job. I continue to say, after accepting an offer to join Instagram marketing full-time in 2018, I felt extremely found. The app grew to 1 billion users, and I grew its campaigns and partnerships with creators through global programs like Share Black Stories. Cool, so that was the first section of my resignation letter. Nice and neat, it's a super positive reflection on how I got started at the company. Then we dive into the flex section, okay? I wanted to let people know what I had done. I'm really, really proud of my work at the company, and I think that it's important that people look back and see that. Doesn't matter whether I'm seeking employment at Meta in the future, but just that it's time to pop my ish, okay? Pop your stuff in your resignation letter. Okay, here we go. I said over the next 4 years, I would oversee the marketing creative development of more Instagram ads and projects than any other IG marketer through Then I listed the projects that did that. Sorry, I can't tell you which one. I said, and this is like bullet format, right? Help inspire over people to install Instagram. Again, can't tell you how many. Receive the first Black Act Community Impact Award. Represent the company in more than 30 speaking engagements, interviews, and events. Co-create Instagram's first sponsorship of a music festival. And author our first Reels contest for Black filmmakers. Refer over 200 applicants to Facebook/Meta and represent. That's an org for Black and Latin marketers. Several work here now. Nurture and educate an enthusiastic network of more than 150 teen ambassadors. And make another detail that's confident. Then I thank everyone. None of it without you. Thank you. It's been my honor to be a part of this brilliant ecosystem, as I felt and still feel that Instagram is my singular favorite app. It is my favorite app on my phone. Okay, so that was my little pop-in section. Okay, we flexed our stuff. Then I talk about the why. So I have a new section called Baby Why. I don't know if you can be this funny at your company, but people know me to be a comedian and I do it on Instagram. So it was only right that I left Instagram by being funny. I said, baby, why? Adam Mosseri called it, I am a creator in addition to being a marketer. I founded Joyo Photo and feel called to serve full-time as its creative executive officer. Under my self-titled entertainment company, I've grown a highly engaged community of more than 200,000 comedy lovers and meditators in just 2 years. My lovely partners include Shine App, HBO Max, Adult Swim, Skybound Entertainment, Adweek, Netflix, DirecTV, and Upendo. I'll be launching podcasts, sponsored partnerships, and original IP while acting. Okay, so this section was very important for many reasons. I wanted people to know why I was leaving and be very transparent about that. Be clear that it was less so the culture or what's happening inside the company, because trust me, child, you work at Instagram/Meta, you go through a lot. You go through a lot of press cycles and a lot of culture cycles in a short amount of time. But this was actually more so about what I want to do next and what my company is calling from me and of me, right? Which is to build a show. So I did another video on YouTube about why I left, right? Or what I hope for. But this in particular, this section of my resignation letter is to tell people like aspirationally, hey, here's where I'm going. I hope this inspires you. I hope you feel connected to it. I hope you're proud of me. And it's kind of just like a co-celebration. I understand uniquely that the trajectory and the path that I've left at Meta has inspired people to be in support of me. This is not the case for everyone. Not everyone at your company is going to be happy for you or excited for you about where you're going. So I don't want to use this section as blanket advice for you and just tell you that, you should flex where you're going or talk in detail about what's next to the company. In fact, a lot of people just say keep it brief, list the title and the name of the company or organization or self-employment that you're headed to next. Not me. I want people to be clear. Even some of the partners I've named are partners of Meta's. So I'm just in a really unique position where thankfully I'm highly supported and highly connected within my company to a lot of the efforts and partners that they also have. Okay, so that concludes my baby why section. I ended with a cute and quick DM me or contact information section. So this is optional for your resignation letter, but you can be put in touch and just have this on file for your company at all times. I said, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Contact me for original shows and ads, partner management, dog fooding, creative programs, event hosting talent, community impact /giving, and voiceover. Put my email, bookjoyophoto@gmail.com, my LinkedIn, which is linkedin.com/in/joyophoto, and a website where people can see all of my quick links and sign up to support me or listen, which is joyophoto.komi, that's KOMI.io. That's my social landing page. Boom! That's the letter, that's the contact info. That is how I resigned from Meta. This DM me section, again, I just wanted to keep short and sweet, make those actions very clear for people and how they can work with me externally in the future and, kind of what they can hope to see from me. I listed out original shows and ads because I would love to be, an on-camera talent or on-set on-screen host, partner management, because I really actually do need support from all of the social apps that I'm on. I used to be so inside the industry and understand what was happening on these platforms and the different updates to the product, and now I'm going to be completely outside for both that and for account support. Dog fooding, whereby we get to test out different products. If they want to run some that they're developing for creators and monetization or literally anything by me, I'm available for that. I love making Instagram better. And then creator programs. So if anybody's got $5,000 to $10,000 a month for creatives, you can hit me up. You sure can hit me up and we can have a conversation, see if I'm a good fit for your company, because I know with my library of over 250 videos and my insatiable hunger to produce things that make people laugh, like I'm a good fit for a lot of creative programs. Finally, event hosting talent and giving. Like, to me, one thing that I haven't mentioned in my other videos, but one of the best parts of being at Meta is how plugged in they are to the local community, to the global community. The amount of funds and the amount of programs that exist to pour back into others is unlike a lot of companies. And the diversity of the ways, it's not about how much money or how much time, but rather just the unique solutions, right? Building community and housing solutions, even addressing areas where Instagram/Meta is part of the problem. Like, that's very exciting for me. So I would love to be involved in things like that, efforts happening in Nigeria, like sign me up. And then finally voiceover, because that's an ever-present skill. So if my former employer wants to sign of mine, they're welcome to click. Okay, that is how I wrote my resignation letter. I hope that this information was helpful for you. I hope it opened up some doors in your brain about how you might write that letter. It seems really scary and honestly was something that, again, kept me up at night. I thought about for very, very long. But I recommend doing this and just kicking off your leaving process wherever you might be, doing this before the other administrative steps. It will really help to ground you in why you're leaving and what you hope to accomplish before the administrative panic of how to transition your life from being a full-time employee to creative entrepreneur happens. Take some time to yourself, sit down on a plane, on a train, in the sky, in a park, in your bed, and just write that letter. Like, speak to yourself, speak to your colleagues, speak to your company, and speak the things that you want into existence. I hope that this video was helpful for y'all. I will be here. I'll be in the comments. If you have any questions or need more resources, I am not an HR professional, but I am someone who just left their job. They're very well-paying, very great culture, very kindly treating job to be a full-time entrepreneur. And this letter landed really well with people. I'll be letting you know what some of those general reactions were from my friends and from my colleagues about me leaving my role. And please like and subscribe so that you can see more videos about me leaving Meta and what I'm doing in my company next. All right, cheers.